Treasurer's recommendations and reports, Mrs. Lane.
Mr. Begley, members of the board, I have for your consideration tonight the following items. Letter A, recommend approval of the minutes from the July 11th, 2024 regular meeting and the August 1st, 2024 regular work session meeting. Letter B, recommend approval of the financial reports for the month of July 2024. Letter C, recommend approval of the 2024-25 amended appropriations resolution. Letter D, recommend approval of the following donations. We had a donation of backpacks and school supplies valued at $781 from, is it Weibel? Weibel Energy, sorry, Weibel Energy Solutions to the Fairfield City School District's Back to School Bash. A donation of backpacks valued at $400 from ProSource to the Fairfield City School District's Back to School Bash. Our third donation is $1,500 from the Fairfield Rotary Club to the Fairfield City School District's Back to School Bash. We also received a donation of $200 from Brian and Barb Begley to the Fairfield City School District's Back to School Bash. And our fifth donation is a Yamaha cello valued at $1,500 from Chuck Rizko to the Fairfield City School District. Total donations for 2024 are now $26,244.11. Letter E, recommend approval of the disposal of fixed assets as listed. Letter F, recommend approval to authorize the treasurer to pay an invoice against the following purchase order that has not been processed in accordance with Section 5705.41D. I have purchase order 2501097 to Liberty Mutual Insurance Company in the amount of $10,000. There was an original purchase order that was in place back in 2016, and due to lack of an invoice coming through for that, we canceled that purchase order. Just received an invoice in the last couple weeks that we now owe our deductible for that for a claim, so that's why we had to put a new purchase order in place. Letter G, recommend the Board of Education adopt the following resolution for declaring transportation to be impractical. May I waive the reading of that?
Yes, you may.
And that concludes my items tonight.
Thank you, Mrs. Lane. I'll entertain a motion to accept these recommendations.
Make a motion.
Second.
Mr. Napier and Mrs. Gundrum, any further discussion?
I got a question on all the items that go to Sacred Heart. Do they pay us for those, or do we?
We receive state funds called auxiliary funds for 3 different private schools that may have a state chartered, let's say a kindergarten. Fairfield Educational Building, Sacred Heart, Cincinnati Christian, each get some money through state funds. We're the fiscal agent for those funds.
Okay.
So anytime they purchase any type of equipment or computers, they have to give them back to us if they're finished with them. And then we have to actually offer them to the other schools. And then when they don't want them, they go on the disposal list.
Okay.
Good question. Mrs. Lane, please call the roll.
Mr. Napier.
Yes.
Mrs. Gundrum.
Yes.
Mrs. Birding Miller.
Yes.
Mr. Begley.
Yes.